a whole well you. I just talk a little bit about our pivot. Originally, when we asked Mel to come and be with us, we were going to be in Florida, and we weren't really selling tickets in Florida. And so we was, the team was getting together, and we decided, you know what, we're not moving the way we should be moving. We know we should have more gravity than we did. So we decided to pivot and decided, let's come back to Atlanta. The first conference was in Atlanta. We reached out to Mel and said, hey, Mel, not only do we want to change the venue and the state, but we want to change the date. So can you do it? She was Johnny on the spot, like, let me know. Just tell me the date, as long as we gave her a couple of different dates, but we wanted July 26th. And she said, I'm there. And she was just so willing to come. But also we changed our theme. The first theme was called Who's Holding Your Ladder, which is really about who's in your corner, not who's in your circle, but who's in your corner, who's helping you grow to that next level. When we pivoted, we thought about, we lost some money trying to switch because we had already paid for our venue. We had already paid for our caterers and all of those things, but we didn't feel like it was going to be a loss. We knew that God was going to show us the way, and he did. When we pivoted, we came over to Atlanta. People started tickets are selling now. We, of course, Mel moved over with us, and we changed the theme from Who's Holding Your Ladder to From Broke to Boss, because we wanted to talk about how it is to be an entrepreneur out here in these entrepreneur streets. Yeah. Either you out here on your own doing it and you're trying to make it work, and it's going to work, or it's going to work, or you're working full time and offer some support, some business coaching, some emotional support for trauma and all of those things. So that's what the conference is going to be about. Coach Bree Nichols is also one of the, she's the marketing guru. So all that you see on the whole Well You page is her. So I'll let her speak. And then Melody, you can tell us what it is you're going to be doing and why you chose to come and be a part of this conference.
Sure. So I'm Bree Nichols, but I'm affectionately and professionally known as Coach Bree, because, we got to pivot. We got to keep it moving. So I teach about business startup, funding, and marketing, which I will have some gems to drop on y'all at the conference this year. Last year, I was a speaker, the keynote speaker. This year, I will be hosting, and I will also be on a panel. As Dr. Chestnut said, I am the marketing behind everything that happens here, from our flyers to our postings and all that good stuff. But really, it is truly a team effort, which is why they call me the coach, because I'm leading the team. But I want to hear from you, Melody. I want to know why you are excited about this event.
You know what? First of all, I always, and congratulations to you too, by the way, because again, like you said, this is your second annual event.
Yes.
So that's beautiful all by itself. So I'm gonna give it up for y'all.
Thank you so
for having a vision and executing it, because so many times people talk about what they want to do, what they're gonna do, and they never execute, right? So the fact that this is your second year, I am super proud of you. So from one sister to another, congratulations. For me, when we talk about being whole and being well, right? In totality, mentally, emotionally, physically, right? Spiritually, that is so important, and one of the top things for me, some things that I've worked extremely hard on to be whole and be well in those areas. So whenever my PR, Ivan, I know he's on here, when he reached out to me and kind of shared the mission, the vision, and the purpose, I was like, yeah, count me in. I'm game. I'm in, right? And so anytime we have an opportunity to speak to, I say women, because
hi,
the
Lanelle.
majority of my audience is
Doing?
women, so I've got a special place in my heart for women. But when we have an opportunity to really pour into one another, to share life experiences and how we overcame, what work we had to put in, right, to become whole, to become well. A lot of women walking around here and they ain't well. A lot of women walking around here, they're broken, they're traumatized, and then that in turn ends up causing them to be bitter and mad and angry, right? And so anytime we have an opportunity, or I have an opportunity, to be able to just share my part of that kind of a journey, what it took to overcome that, what it took to move past that, what it took to become whole, to become well, the person I am today. My team will tell you every day here is a fun party day, because that's what I've decided and made up my mind for my life to be. Like, they try to come in on off days and work, okay? Because that's the environment and the culture here, but I would be able to say,
Right.
I would have that I was, where can I? So first I had to take time, right, to get to do the necessary work to become what I am today, which is was 2 years ago. Right? It's reflective in all of the encounters that I have. People enjoy being around you. People enjoy coming to work because you make it that environment.
Been talking for a very long time about wanting to put together something for women, something that was empowering, going back and forth about names and what she was gonna. And when she said, "Oh, like, that's it, right there," and we get to define what a whole well you looks like.
Yes.
And this year, I'm just super excited for this because last year was all in-house, only us, our committee, you know, and people who were directly within our community. We're bringing you from outside in to become a part of this team and this family. And we really do just like appreciate it because, you know, where we're at with this, you know, the name speaks volumes to what we're really going to cover.
It does. And I think
how
it's
are we
also,
becoming?
It does, you know, and I also think it's beautiful that you guys are having it at the start of the third quarter because 2025 is not over, right? Goals you wanted to hit, work that you wrote out on your New Year's resolution that you was gonna do for 2025. Guess what? You're only gonna be at this time of the conference in third quarter. So that means you still have third quarter, you still have fourth quarter, you still have time to be shaken up a little bit, motivated to go after everything that you said you wanted to accomplish. So I think the timing is even perfect.
Thank you so much for that, Mel. And I'll speak to that one word you said, and that's work. Because it is work. And so I'll say these two things. When Ivan reached out to me, I was in Italy and I had been talking to the team and I said, I want a speaker, but I want somebody that resonates with me. I didn't want it just anybody, right? I wanted someone who resonated with me. Of course, I have been following you and watching you. So I knew a little bit about your story, not knowing you personally, but know what I could see. And when he reached out, I was like so happy that he recognized us as somebody that would be good for you because I see how you move. You know, our birthdays are the same. We're birthday twins. So you do know that.
Yes.
Also,
yes.
I wrote it out of I wrote a book. This is my book for you. Those of you, I'm representing myself. If you can't see it, I'm going to let you see it. It says Birds with Broken Wings Still Fly. That's the book I wrote. I wrote that book, Birds with Broken Wings Still Fly, Overcoming Trauma. And I wrote that book because of this, Mel, because you said people are out there broken. Let me tell you, I had checked all the boxes. I went to school. I got a doctorate degree. I had the nice house. I had the nice car. Still have, you know, those things. And I was checking all the boxes, but I was broken. And I was calling things healed that wasn't healed. I was calling things whole that wasn't whole, because you got to really do that shadow work and really get down into it. I was in the church, ordained minister. You feel me? And in the church, reading scripture, quoting, and really wasn't whole and healed. And when I decided to do that work for myself, I couldn't live no other way. And I can't live. It's so freeing. And I love it here. I love it here so much that, you know, God is intentional. Yes. And so how he brought it about was to tear me up first, though. You understand? So for those out there who might be feeling like you're broken and there's just no other way, no, your brokenness is what's going to give life to your wholeness. Come on, because now. It's what gave was what gave life to mine. And I wasn't out here looking like I was broken. Okay, but it ain't what you look like, it's what you really feel like. Like, in the sick, you only sick is the secrets you keep, and the lies you can tell to anybody else are worse. The only worst one is the one you tell to yourself. So I stop lying, and you don't really think of it as lying, but when you're saying something, it feels good. Oh, I thought we were good. No, you didn't. Yeah. You know you weren't good, but you decided to accept those things. So for me, when you say work, we have actionable things. We're not coming, it's not going to be one of those sit and get conferences, right? Yeah. Actionable stuff, really digging deep. And then we have a community. So we have a Whole Well You app as well as the conference, because we don't want the conference to be over and then people go back to their prospective places and you don't have anything, you don't have a community to join. You don't have any actionable items. So I'm really all about the action and making sure people can step into their God-given purpose, because as you said, Mel, When you become whole, you're unstoppable. You don't even try to open doors. They just open for you because you're walking
open.
and your gift and your calling makes room for you.
And
so
I
that's
love
what
that
it's all about
you
for me.
Absolutely. And you know what? I love that you have a community for after, because you can go to conferences, right? Motivational speeches, hear those all day, every day. But once that event is over, right? Once you step away from that venue, what happens after that? So I love the fact that you guys have created a safe space, a community where people can continue to be encouraged, can continue to be challenged to be their best self. That's beautiful all by itself. And it also shows that your intent is pure. Your intent is not, oh, we just want you to buy a ticket to come to this conference, but we're going to offer support and create a community where we can support one another after this. So for those of you who are on the live, right, who always are asking about mentorship, this is a prime example of what mentorship looks like. After this conference, there's a community built that can still love on you, support you. You can still reach out to. That is mentorship. So for those of you who are interested and have been asking about mentorship, you need to come to this event July 26th so that you can be present and you can also become a part of this whole Well You community.
Yes.
And if I could throw one more thing in there too, because we just talked about value and more value and more value, but we're going to add a little bit more value.
Okay.
We're also hosting webinars every Sunday right now leading up to the conference, so that people can come in, and before you even get to the after community, you get to establish yourself before, so that we're not walking in the room as strangers. We will have a sense of safety and security because we know each other, and then we'll welcome the people who may not have joined in on those sessions. But every Sunday, we started this past Sunday, and every Sunday going forward, please do feel free to join us because we want to hear from you.
Yes, and we will put that link out there on the whole Well You page, but also just so a plugging for this and plug for myself, because yes, we have a whole leadership program called Leading with Purpose. We have a writer's guide because I'm on my third book now. Since I wrote the first one, God has just opened up that door, and I've gotten a lot of coaching, so I know how to show other people how to turn their story not in just to a book, but into a franchise. Because people resonate with your story, and you are more. We have more in common than we do in differences. And you will be surprised how your story will really change the trajectory of someone else's life just for your transparency. I always say my transparency and my vulnerability is my superpower, because I wasn't afraid to tell my story. Because once God knows, it don't matter who else knows. And he will take that story and give it his glory. So we have a writer's course there. We have Coach Bree does all things business, and she does it very well. We have Andrea Lee. She is Coach A. Lee. She talks about her business is called Creative Love Network. And she ways different, I'm going to get it wrong, but creative ways to love yourself. And she teaches classes on how to love yourself. You know, we have just programs that can help people really find their way, but in a safe space, because people don't always want to be on Instagram or Facebook answering questions about your trauma, answering questions about your finances. So that's what we created the space for. So we'd love to have you all there.
So at the event, there will be opportunities where it comes to connect with you and to connect with the other coach that you mentioned as well, right?
Yes.
Absolutely. Wow, talking about increasing the value, and you guys are having Zooms every Sunday, so people can go ahead and start connecting before the event. So when they walk in the room, they kind of know a little bit about each other and who they are. That is beautiful.
Yes, and
helping them
with assessment. Yes, with questionnaires, not just on the Zoom, just saying, hey, everybody, we really present something, right? And then we say, here's a questionnaire. We want you to go on and fill this out. And let's talk a little bit about your trauma. Let's talk a little bit about where you might be in business. What's holding you back? Who's holding you back? And then they can privately answer those questions through a questionnaire. And then when they come back to us, we send them back something saying, hey, this is what your assessment showed. This might be the kind of help. You might need a community. You may need some therapy. You may need some business coaching. So we're making sure that we're reconnecting and we're connecting the dots during that. We're not just getting on and talking and chatting. We're really doing some work there. So by the time you get to the conference, you know if it's Coach Bree's services you need. You know if you need trauma recovery. You know if you need to learn how to love yourself. So you're able to see where you are and where you need to go.
And you know, if you need some 7th Avenue beauty to go ahead and get that run in for that mental health. But yeah, we're really
coconut.
Okay. We're really
Yeah.
coming in this space, and my slogan is helping people turn their stress into success. And we've really taken everything that everyone who's a part of our committee and our grounding team has to offer and put it together into a package that works for everybody. We're meeting people where they are, whether you are already healed from your trauma and you're ready to jump in and come help us, or you are trying to get to that next level. We're going to get you there.
So
So
beautiful.
we are excited to see y'all July 26th.
And you know what? And I will say this, for me, it's the perfect collaboration. I am so excited to be a part of your second, so your, second annual event, just because, your focus, your mission, your purpose. And I can truly say that my following, my community, right? They're all about helping people propel in life, helping people overcome certain trauma. We know how to get in there and support each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
We know how to round the troops up and get in there and help each other get it done. So I am so excited. If you have not signed up yet, these are two amazing. Isn't this an amazing? Y'all drop hearts for the amazing mother-daughter duo on here, honey.
Thank you so
Drop
much.
those hearts for the amazing mother-daughter duo. When I see somebody said impressive women. Thank you, ladies. They said send the info. I'm currently reading. The body remembers. Amen. This is a blessing. So Howell, you share your Instagram and your email just in case they want to go that route, so they can get their tickets.
So all information is on at HowellU, and that's at HowellU on all platforms. You can also, and we've also got moderators in the chat right now who have dropped it. Moderators, if you guys could go ahead and drop that link again for at HowellU. That will direct you to our webpage where you can go ahead and sign up for the conference and buy your ticket. Now, one other caveat is we're going to add it after this live, but you'll be able to sign up to join the Sunday meetings as well. And then make sure you follow Coach Bree Nichols. Make sure you follow Dr. Joanne Chestnut and the HowellU page, and we might have something special for you.
Yes.
So if you do all of those three things, there might be something in store for you.
Ooh, how exciting. Ooh.
And I do want to say, I have my other daughter on here as well. She is Keita Robinson. All of our teams have their own business.
Yeah.
So when we came together, people were saying, I want to do this, and I think I want to. So I said, listen, I'm going to charge you guys. I want our winners around me, because you don't want to be a big fish in a little pond. So I said, it can't be me and just my vision. Yes, I am the visionary, and I thank God for the vision. But my vision is to see everyone around me able. Not some people are willing to help you, but they're unable. And when we want to help each other, we want to be able to and help others. So I charged everybody and said, okay, what is it in you? You don't know what it is? Let's do some SMART goals. Let's do a SWOT analysis. Let's do a boss mindset assessment and see where you're at in your boss mindset. Do you have limiting beliefs? What's holding you back?
Yeah.
Do you have unforgiveness? Let's find out what it is so that we can all move forward, because the truth goes together. Yes. Right?
That's right.
Right. The truth goes together. And when eagles fly, when the ones get tired in the front, the ones from the back come up. I need you guys to be capable, right? So everyone in my team has their own things, and we're all at different places. So I have both my daughters with me because I believe in cooperative economics between Black women and just women in general. And I believe in growing my family. I've been doing it for a long time, and this is my life's dream. Wow. I want to share one last thing, and it's a piece of my testimony. I had a date rape drug put in a drink that I consumed in 2001. In New Orleans at the Essence Festival, and I ended up with kidney failure and liver failure. I had 19 years on kidney disease from stage 1 to 5. God had came to me in a dream and told me that I would never see a dialysis center. Now, mind you, I'm a nurse with a doctorate degree. And God said, you're never going to see a dialysis center. I started getting really sick, and the doctor said, well, what's going on with you? Are you in denial? You won't go in this dialysis center? I said, no, because God said, no, I can't do it. I feel like if I do it, I'm going to die, right? Then I knew I was getting sick enough. I said, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll do home dialysis, because I was getting that sick. My kidneys, I have 5% function of my kidneys in 2023. Wow. And I thought, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll do it at home, because I know that I got to listen to God. If I go in there, I feel like my faith is going to die. Do you know, as soon as I made the decision to go and do home dialysis, I got a kidney without ever being on dialysis, ever seeing a dialysis center. Listen, God don't play. He don't play, and he will not be mocked.
Yes, come through.
So I wrote the book afterwards, because you are, let me tell you, if you got 99 Christians, one of them will read the Bible, but the other 98 gonna read the Christian.
Yes, yes.
You can't talk about it now. You got to be about it. So this is a living testimony. More than, okay, I did write the book. I got 2 other books. I got the conference, but this is the work of God right here, his craftsmanship. So trust God. Whatever you got on your heart, whatever you have in you that you want to do, I don't care if you're scared, do it scared. I did.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. That is such a beautiful testimony, because it shows that God's word is always going to remain true. He's going to remain true to his word, right? And it does not return to him void. So when he said you're not going to see a dialysis center, he meant you weren't going to see no parts of it. Do you hear me? Ooh. Wow.
I won't take a job there. I don't care how much money. People used to say to me, well, you're a nurse. We know you know a lot about that. No, I don't know nothing about that. I don't study it. I don't want to know nothing about it, because God had already showed me in a dream I would never see it. I went to the psychiatrist. They said, we want you to see the psychiatrist. I said, sure. I'm not in denial. I just know what God said, and I can't turn away from it. There was times I had doubt, though. So let's just keep that a buck. There was times when I said, God was like, what are you doing? Because look at how sick I am. My skin was changing dark and all this stuff was happening. Then I said, I still can't do it. I was like Job. I was not going to curse God. And he has blessed me, and my eyes still haven't seen. The best is yet to come. We got Melody Shari with us, and I was in Italy.
Yes, and I am so happy. I'm so happy. I'm so excited. So looking forward to being a part of y'all's event next month. Someone said, where's the website? I've pinned their Instagram. If you'll search in the Instagram, WholeWellU, at WholeWellU, go over there. They've got everything in their bio, so you can go. I'm sure they've been promoting the event. You can see how to get your ticket. This is going to be in Atlanta, July 26th. And if you're just coming in, they started out sharing how they pivoted from hosting the event in Florida to Atlanta. And, you know, I always say there's power in the pivot. I'm excited about the pivot. And there's power in the pivot. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. So make sure y'all grab your tickets, share and spread the word. Okay. So your family, your friends, everyone can come out and just really have an opportunity to connect, to get some life-changing knowledge and information. And I love, again, the fact that the community is built and still intact after the conference. Y'all will still be able to be connected, to love on each other, to encourage one another. That's the most beautiful thing, because again, the work comes in after you get all excited and hyped, and the emotions calm down, right? From having an awesome event, that's when the work begins. Or after attending an awesome event, that's when the work begins. So the fact that this mother-daughter duo said, hey, when it's done, there's a community where we're going to continue to hold each other accountable. We're going to continue to challenge each other to be their best selves. That's everything. And I'm so excited. Y'all go follow at WholeWellU. I've pinned it right here at WholeWellU. Grab your ticket and don't meet us there. Beat us there, July 26th.
Yes. And Friday night, on July 25th, we will have a meet and greet. It's across the street from the hotel. It's at the Lucky Strike Bowling Alley. We're going to be in Western theme. So for those of you who want to come with your cowgirl hat and your cowgirl boots, we're going to put our boots on the ground and have a little fun before we get down to the business. So if you're in town or you're here in Atlanta and you want to come out on Friday night, that event is a part of the WholeWellU ticket. So yes, come and see us.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you. And I can't wait to see you guys next month.
Yes, we can't wait to see you as well. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. All right, bye, y'all. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.